Now, on Monday, TVJ Sports reported some of the measures put in place by organizers for the Velocity Fest track meet, the first competitive track and field meet on local soil since the COVID-19 pandemic hit the island in March. But with new COVID-19 protocols now ratified by the J3As, it may prove even more difficult to stage local track and field meets in the near future. Jordan Fort reports.
TVJ Sports has obtained a copy of the proposed protocols for the return of track and field drafted by the local governing body, the J3As. The document contains 5 phases for the return to training locally to coincide with the 5 phases of protocols outlined by the government of Jamaica. The proposal acknowledges that the government is currently somewhere in between phases 3 and 4 in its response to the pandemic. Phase 3 of the J3As proposals lists 12 criteria which athletes, officials and support personnel must fulfill before returning to group activity. Among the criteria in Phase 3 is that no person must be from a community which has been quarantined in the last 14 days and should not have come into any close, sustained contact with any sick person over the same period. Among the other guidelines for training are no sharing of equipment unless frequent sanitization is done, all participants maintaining social distancing during training, and the one which may prove the most prohibitive, ideally 2 negative COVID-19 tests to be done before beginning group training. There are also proposals for regular symptom checks and a requirement for athletes to be cleared by health authorities before resuming training if they show symptoms of COVID-19. Phase 4 and 5 become less stringent, but also require coaches and other support staff to continuously monitor athletes for signs of the virus. Phase 5 involves vaccination. As far as competition is concerned, the J3As is proposing that athletes sign an indemnity agreement releasing meet organizers from any responsibility associated with them contracting COVID-19. The protocols take athletes, officials, spectators and the media into account while at the stadium. They're required to have separate entrances, wear masks at all times while in the stadium, with the exception of athletes when competing. Other in-competition protocols include the sanitization of chairs in call rooms between use, cleaning of starting blocks and relay batons between races, landing mats to be cleaned after each jump, mixing sand in jumping pits with a virucidal agent, adding chlorine to steeplechase water jump, and cleaning throwing implements after each use. The document also contains protocols for international competition. Jordan Fort, TVJ Sports.